Happy Monday. Today we're talking about Steven Crowder and Jeremy Boring being spotted holding hands at Bohemian Grove. Just kidding, they weren't holding hands. I'm Alex Clark and this is Poplitics, the first and only entertainment news show without the leftist propaganda. All that is asked of you is that you thumbs up this episode and subscribe because the show is free. I do want to talk about my reaction to the Crowder Daily Wire drama on a serious note. Jinger Duggar has come forward and said her family was a cult. Selena Gomez has made it official, her public announcement about her alleged relationship with Drew Taggart from the Chainsmokers, and the Carnivore Aurelius drama continues, which is not what I was expecting, but because my response is so juicy, I am ending the episode with that instead of pop quiz this week. You're welcome.
Are we still talking about this?
Leaked contracts, friendships ruined, secretly recorded phone calls. It's not an episode of Gossip Girl. It's just Steven Crowder and the Daily Wire creating the most unexpected feud in the conservative movement.
Did not see that coming.
It has been interesting watching everyone collectively going from Team Crowder to Team DW. I'm kind of neutral, honestly. The recorded phone call part was definitely an unexpected twist. I'm gonna be honest with you about that. But I freaking love drama when it doesn't involve me. Like, this has been my Super Bowl. I have watched every single video that's come out about this. I watched Candace on Tim Pool. I'm gonna watch Crowder on there tonight.
It's insulting to Brett Cooper. You have no idea what he's just saying. Right? And it's not like he's reached out to us and said, hey, like, I'm doing this for all of us. Like, it's not he reached out independently to Daily Wire hosts and been like, are you dealing with these egregious terms? No, he is doing this purely, let's not even try to make this anything but a selfish act that was to benefit Steven Crowder, who wants to launch his own network. Because, and by the way, I gotta say this is the most important part of this, and nobody is talking about this. He receives the term sheet, okay? And he thinks it's so egregious that he's got to make this video 4 months later, right? I don't know what happened in those 4 months after they started negotiating. I guess Steven Crowder woke up, new year, new me. I hate the Daily Wire, so I'm going to go after them. He thinks it's so egregious. The first thing he does is counteroffer and say, let's start talking about 140 million, okay? So if it was so outrageous, why did he go back to them and say, no, actually, we can have this conversation, but let's start talking about 140 million, right? It was only when the Daily Wire then turned that down that the term sheet became so egregious that he had to do something about it.
When Daily Wire released their initial response video, I watched it in the bath and ate chocolate.
Why wouldn't you lift your face above the water? That woman does not like the bathtub.
Are there messed up things going on in conservative circles? Yes. Just because people allegedly share your political beliefs doesn't mean that there won't be any shady grifters, divas, or hypocrites. I've heard and seen it all. People saying that they're gonna pay a creator in basically pennies, and that if that means they need to live on ramen noodles for a while, they should do it. People making $300,000 a month on one social media platform alone for posting stupid boomer memes, and higher ups at certain conservative media companies suggesting creators delete a post that they made because the Trump admin wouldn't like it.
Of course. Kind of one big, juicy secret.
But the thing is, I don't think any of this is all that different from any other media company, conservative or not. And in my case, it's a completely different ball game entirely because I work for a nonprofit. So TurningPointUSA isn't even considered a media company. The way that we hire people and do things is totally different than how the Daily Wire or the Blaze hires talent. If you ask me, I think the only way we can all move past this is for every talent at the Daily Wire to release their contracts publicly so the public can see them.
How much are they paying you?
Kidding, I'm just nosy. Anyways, I don't necessarily feel strongly that Crowder or the Daily Wire is right or wrong, although I do want to say this. It's not looking great for Crowder that it appears he was offered the contract and then he announced that he was going to make that bigconsucks.com or whatever the website is, quits the Blaze, records the phone call. Everything looks a little bit pre-planned. I'm just eating popcorn from the sideline and thoroughly enjoying every moment of it.
Will you pass the popcorn?
Jinger Duggar admitting she was in a cult growing up in her family is another juicy story I wasn't expecting so quickly in the new year.
The tea is exceptionally good today.
She has a new memoir out called Becoming Free Indeed and did an interview with People magazine about it. She said, "Fear was a huge part of my childhood. I thought I had to wear only skirts and dresses to please God. Music with drums, places I went, or the wrong friendships could all bring harm." She said there were a lot of cult-like tendencies and stressed that even though she's still a strong Christian, her understanding of how to live her faith has changed. She also said, "The teaching I grew up under was harmful and it was damaging, and there are lasting effects. But I know other people are struggling and people who are still stuck. I want to share my story and maybe it will help even just one person to be freed." Jinger wears jeans now. She seems like a cool, normal Christian girl. I know Jill is very estranged from the family. She's got a nose ring. Her husband Derek has always kind of struck me as a little bit weird. Jessa seems to be staying pretty on par with the ideals her family grew up with, to me. I might read this book, actually. I hope she talks about the Josh drama and completely side, unconfirmed Hollywood blind rumor, but I heard Jinger Duggar has been sleeping with some guy who's not even in their religion while Josh is in prison.
Yesterday I kind of took something, stole something.
The confession here.
Yesterday, so y'all know, like, we were over here yesterday and I took something from my mom, actually. And so...
From the bathroom.
Yeah, like, well, I took something out of her bathroom cabinet and, yeah.
Yeah, well, we just wanted to, we had taken a couple pregnancy tests earlier and they were negative and, you know, so we just wanted, we're showing people that, yeah, it's negative, and went up there and actually found out that it was positive yesterday.
Selena Gomez must have seen everyone freaking out that she's been dating Drew Taggart from the Chainsmokers, because after going on a public bowling date with him, she posted that she likes being alone and is single on her Instagram stories. Maybe she was never officially dating him at all, or maybe she was embarrassed by the public's reaction being less than thrilled about it, and she called it off.
I mean, I don't think anybody truly actually cares.
Last week, we reported on the identity, or the alleged identity, of Carnivore Aurelius. If you don't know, it's the super popular Instagram and Twitter account that, until recently, was allegedly run by a trad, manly man who stood for conservative values. If you have no idea what I'm talking about going forward, you need to go back and watch last Thursday's episode. Every day we post the thumbnails for our episodes. So we did that on Thursday, as usual, posted the episode to the Instagram story, teasing people what was coming out. The thumb was titled, "Is the Carnivore Aurelius account a woman pretending to be a man?" Someone must have sent him this thumb, or he saw it himself, it doesn't matter. He then DM'd the Pop Instagram account and said, "Do not post this." That's strike number one, because nobody's gonna tell me what I can and cannot say on my own show. Period. He said, BuzzFeed has a clarifying article coming out tomorrow, as in Friday. He said, "The doc everyone is pulling from is clearly a branch of my main LLC. Kalia is my assistant who had her name on the doc so we could pay her in Washington State. If you have any familiarity at all," he said, "with my account, it should be obvious it's a man running it." So then he sent us a screenshot of a document that appears to legitimize the existence of his LLC. He also seemed very concerned, rightfully so, I think, that Kalia would be harassed even more because I was going to regurgitate the internet rumors. Now, let me just say, Politics was created so I could talk about entertainment news and gossip pertaining to any facet of pop culture and politics, hence the name of the show, Poplitics. His account is one that I know my audience likes and follows. I like it and follow it, and it's funny that it's this anonymous account and everyone is speculating on the gender behind the person running it. I said in Thursday's episode that I didn't care whether it's a man or a woman. It's just an interesting conspiracy theory that maybe a female is running it. Now, every anonymous pop culture account in existence deals with this type of theorizing. Prime examples, Demois and Enti. Carnivore Aurelius has a viral social media anonymous account. It is natural to wonder who he or she is and try to guess. To be honest, the butthurt nature of that account's response to us, just because we participated in the fun internet fodder, was sus and rude. Suspect. And can we just talk about a red flag? If you're this hot, moral, fit, conservative man, Why wouldn't you want to show your face, go on conservative media, or attend conservative events to meet a conservative woman? To me, the big sensitivity about your identity is because you're not who you say you are. Either you're portraying a fake gender, or you're not this manly, fit, handsome man you claim to be. Something is going on. You're projecting.
Something is very wrong here.
This is someone also who's constantly complaining on his accounts about not finding a wife, and after seeing his sensitive, defensive reaction to what was supposed to be a silly, innocent story, I'm not shocked that he still hasn't found a wife. Also, can I just say, this is not a theory I created. This has been circulating for like a month, and I just happened to talk about it. If you're really that upset, then say who you are, or just let people wonder. It's fun to speculate. It brings attention to your account that people like. We still like your content. It's why I spoke so highly of it last week. This isn't WikiLeaks. You're not Julian Assange. You're talking about walking around barefoot, tanning your butthole in seed oils. Your life isn't at risk if people know your identity. You're not libs of TikTok.
You are not him. You are not him. No. You are not him.
As I stand by, waiting for the BuzzFeed article that was supposed to exonerate him, the time of recording right now is 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time on January 20th, and nothing has been released yet. I leave you all with 2 words: mucus and cheese. And you know, I never say anything unless it means something.
Preach it, honey.
The latest episode of The Spillover is out, where I talked to Jordana Sade, a food psychologist, about weight loss. That's available anywhere you get your podcasts, or you can watch it here on the Politics YouTube. Knowing what we know now, are you leaning towards Team Crowder or Team Daily Wire? Did you feel like you are more Carnivore Aurelius after all that information? Are you Team Politics? We're back tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. It's pop culture without the propaganda every single day. I'm Alex Clark, and this is Politics.